Hello everyone, how are y'all doing? I thought I'd make a little video concerning Mass Effect, seeing how I've been basically jetting this game for the last couple of days, and I've really been enjoying myself. I really have had a pretty good time. However, if you look on the internet paints in another story entirely, saying how this game is very bug ridden, very just the facial quality is awful. The lip syncing is off, and just everywhere you look on the internet concerning this game, it's pretty much people just bashing it. It's been meta bombed, and I thought, um, as people who consume my media, you'd want to hear the actual story. I want you to keep in mind, however, I do have a bias. I am a fan of Mass Effect. I have always been a fan of Mass Effect. I've played every single one. And I played the shit out of Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. So, I'm a little bit, I guess you could say, uh, pre-biased to liking the game. However, that's not why I like the game. I consider my love for Mass Effect not to be one of the reasons why I like this game. And I also like to address some of the issues. I have some clips I've gathered for you from the game. No, there shouldn't be any spoilers in here, or that big of spoilers. I'm not going to do any main plot spoilers. So if you're worried about, main plot spoiling, it's not going to be here. I wanted to show you a little bit of the ground, and so you can see that the whole facial animation thing is not as bad as you would think, or the people I know there's a GIF out there of Ryder going up the stairs and just like glitching and like doing crab walks and stuff. Personally, I haven't encountered that many bugs. Uh, the worst things I've really encountered is some of my NPCs teleporting onto enemies, which is a bit out there, but altogether it really doesn't seem like much of a complaint because, I mean, you really can't control them, and the person I kept on seeing like teleport onto them was a Vanguard class, and one of their abilities is quite literally to teleport to players with a biotic charge. Um, I also wanted to address. I got some clips to show you that not not everything is as bug ridden as it seems. I know at the start, if you were paying attention, you may have saw one of the characters teleport, and Mass Effect being a game that's pretty much half combat and half story, and emphasizes the real connection between the two players, or the character and their crew. I mean, you can get into a situation sort of like this right here, but it really doesn't seem to pull the game down. The storytelling's pretty great, and I would say most of the complaints I've been hearing about this game are merely cosmetic. Um, but that's not why I play Mass Effect. I don't play Mass Effect to see state-of-the-art graphics. I don't play Mass Effect to see people doing perfect lip syncs. I don't play Mass Effect to see, you know, perfect gameplay. Because when you think about it, Mass Effect is pretty much a humongous game. And there's another game that's a humongous game that has full of bugs, that's full of glitches, that people really don't seem to talk about that much, or hold it against it, and that's, you know, the Bethesda games. But somehow in this game, we pay attention to them. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm just gonna have to say, I really, really like this game. Also, I heard on a recent podcast that there might be a reason for why this lip syncing isn't that great, while the facial animations isn't that great. And that's because this game supposedly has more dialogue than all 3 other Mass Effects combined. And you may be thinking, well, how the hell is that possible? If you see in these dialogue choices that they have different shapes. Like in this one, you saw like a cog and a heart. These are a set of 4 choices that you can pick from in the game. I believe heart is with, you know, talking with your heart. It's more like, you know, accepting. The cog is more, you know, rational, at the expense of, you know, it's more like I'm looking at the situation from a technical perspective. Then there's the emotional side, and then there's a pragmatic kind of side. And what you would do, you would choose these options, and the more you choose the options, that basically changes what writer's character becomes. For example, I tend to be more on the more rational side and the more comforting side. So I tend to look at situations rationally and comforting. I like to comfort other people. And because of these 2 things, the dialogue gets actually shaped. And I actually saw it too, because one of the dialogue options is the emotional side. When I tried doing that the first time, it was just like rude, it was offsetting, it was her using her just blatant emotions, being like, well, I feel this way. And then after I did a lot of the rational and the emotional side of things, I actually used the emotional side, and it was not like that. It wasn't, you know, bland emotions. It was emotions with understanding, with rationality inside of it. So basically, one of the reasons why these lip syncing may be off is because there's literally like maybe 16 or 15 different dialogue choices or potential dialogues for a line of speaking based on how you've shaped writer's character. That may be why the facial animation's off. That may be why the dialogue is off, while the lip syncing's off. But as I said, all these things are purely cosmetic. Another clip that I included in here that you're probably seeing right now this is a clip from the multiplayer. I wanted to show you a bit of what I like about this game. The combat, oh my good lord, the combat. They have improved it so much. They improved it so much, and I feel, like I said, all these people are only showing you just, you know, those gifs of bad facial animation, and you never see anything like the combat. I like the combat. It's fucking great. It has such maneuverability. In the previous games, you're mainly just you know, hiding behind cover, or just basically it was Gears of War. But the combat now has been just given this fresh kick. You get to just jump around endlessly and all this stuff. And this is the same kind of system they have inside the game. Or not just the multiplayer. And people don't see this. All they see is fucking shepherd crab walking up the stairs, and they're like, LOL, it's broken, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna lie. This game does have its flaws. It has really big flaws. I don't like the freaking map system where traveling to a map is a 20-second cutscene that's unskippable. I don't like how you can only equip 3 abilities at a time. But it's you know, it's been like that, so you can actually change what you want to play on the fly. When you pick a Vanguard to start, you don't have to play a Vanguard. I picked Vanguard from the start, but I'm playing an Engineer class now because I was able to respec my skill points and change to an Engineer on the fly. That's why you only have 3 abilities. But all in all, this game's great. I'm enjoying it. I really like the story. I mean, the story. It's literally about going to a new fucking galaxy and colonizing the galaxy. You are a colonist of, like, you're like basically freaking Plymouth Rock like fucking pilgrims in this game. And it's great. You get to see scenes that you haven't seen before. You get to see races you haven't seen before. You get to just have that experience of, like, we're clearly the new people here. Let's settle things that way. Or look at it from that perspective. And you have to, in the story, your resources are strained. You have to set up these awesome bases. And basically just, it's basically the Dragon Age Inquisition. Setting up the Inquisition, but it actually fucking means something when you do stuff in it. It's great. I like it. I like the whole idea behind the game. Whenever I think of space stuff, I think about the new, the beyond, the uncharted horizon. And that's what this game is all about. And let me tell you, the story has me like, oh, what the fuck? Like, not like, you know, the what the fuck is in, what the fuck's going on, is more like a holy shit, there's a lot more going on than that's on the surface, and it's got me hypnotized, and it's fantastic. And I'm sure, as you can see, the combat's pretty freaking great too. But it does have its flaws. Like I said, all in all, I feel this game is pretty much a good game. That's pretty much what I can say. It's a good game. Is it the best Mass Effect? No. Is it a good Mass Effect game? Yes. If you're looking to get into the Mass Effect series with Andromeda, I would say Andromeda's a pretty good jumping in point. If you're a Mass Effect fan and you're wondering if it's the same Mass Effect, if it's the one you know and love, then yes. Well, yes, unless you're one of those super hardcore, my game must be 100% perfect, it's the Mass Effect I must have, that's absolute perfect in every sense of the way. Unless you're one of those people, maybe not. But if you're just, you know, a casual Mass Effect fan like I am, this is a good game. This is a game worth your time. This is a game worth your money. And I just am so disappointed that people just see the gifts. They see the bad animation and are like, LOL broken, GG Mass Effect, good going EAA, SJW shit. No. I wanted to show people that this is a good game. I wanted to show people that I'm enjoying the game. I wanted to show people the truth. This is the truth, people. Do with it what you will. And if you want to play Mass Effect multiplayer, I'll be right there with you. I freaking love it, and it's back. Anyways, guys, that's my video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. If you like what I do, please subscribe. Maybe toss me a like. And, you know, maybe I'll get to saving the universe. Anyways, guys, I love you, and bye-bye.